Hey man, I was watching this Vancouver Canucks game, and I was studying for my broadcast law midterm, which is tomorrow. Yeah, I'm in a radio program, but we do need to learn the ins and the outs about law in regards to broadcasting, because we kinda do have legal responsibilities as on-air personalities, media producers, etc. That kind of stuff actually kind of does translate into what I do on YouTube too, now that I think about it, but I had to study for this midterm, which I just took a break from doing because I noticed the Vancouver Canucks game started picking up. I was watching this game, and I just had it on in the background while I was looking at my notes and everything, and when I would glance at the screen, take a look at what was going on, saw these Detroit goals come on, and I was like, okay, I guess I can kind of pick up the studying, I can start talking a little bit more about my midterm that's going to happen tomorrow. I was thinking, okay, the Canucks aren't going to win this game, which means I have an opportunity to just sit down, relax. I don't want to talk about games where they lose and they play poorly because it feels bad for me, it feels bad for you. Nobody really likes those videos unless you're a Detroit Red Wings fan. In that case, I am sorry. But the Vancouver Canucks, they pulled it off. The comeback. They pull off the comeback. And this was in a game that's coming right off of the worst third period in Vancouver Canucks recent memory against the New York Rangers Sunday morning. That was a crazy bad third period. And this game was the complete opposite of that. It was a crazy good third period. And the Vancouver Canucks entered a third period this time. They're down. It's a 2-0 game, and it looks like another repeat performance of what we've seen a few times throughout the past calendar year. The games where the Canucks just can't get a break. The games where the Canucks just can't get those shots to go in, they can't get their opportunities. They try to get a few here and there, but it's stopped by a hot goalie. Happened against New Jersey, happened against Calgary. It looks like another one of those games. And this wasn't. It wasn't. The Vancouver Canucks end up scoring 5 in this third period, which I know it's against a bad Detroit team, but I did not think that was possible, the comeback with 5 straight goals. Sure, as a Vancouver Canucks fan, I looked at the start of the third period and I was like, yeah, okay, it would be cool if they came back and won this game, but I'm focusing on my midterm, and I've seen this story play out before. We're gonna get shut out, aren't we? But just a few minutes into the third period, it's on the power play. It's Bo Horvat. The puck is played back over to Quinn Hughes on the power play, who is on power play 1, and it looks like he's going to be there permanently now. Hughes gets a shot right through, and it bounces over to Elias Pettersson, who's in deep a little bit. He tries to throw one on the backhand, then it bounces out in front again to Bo, who's right there at the doorstep, dekes it over to the backhand, and he scores. 2-1 is the score right here for Detroit, and Quinn Hughes showing why he's so effective on the power play, getting those pucks to the net, getting those shots generated, getting those chances. They called it out on the broadcast too. The Vancouver Canucks on the earlier power plays of the game, they just didn't get too many shots on, and it really was ineffective, especially throughout the first 2 periods. But Quinn Hughes does what he's supposed to do, gets it towards the net, and it's a goal for the Vancouver Canucks. But hey, right after Bo Horvat gets a power play marker, it's another power play opportunity for the Canucks after Dennis Cholowski gets his high stick up there in Josh Levo's face. And the Canucks are going back on the power play. It's a really interesting look, especially coming off of a goal right away, and all of a sudden, boom, oh my goodness, there's another one. It's Quinn Hughes again. Quinn Hughes, at the point, receives the pass over from Miller, I believe, and he takes a nice shot on net, and it's tipped in by Bo. Bo Horvat has his 4th goal on the year. Hughes has his 5th assist on the year because he gets another shot to the net on the power play. And this is exactly what the Vancouver Canucks needed. A hot start, a quick 2 goals. Sure, they were on power plays, but you'd rather get goals than not get goals. And this is what they did. All of a sudden, the game's tied. There's a new dynamic. Little Caesars Arena is becoming a little bit more quiet, I've noticed. And the Vancouver Canucks kind of have their energy back. It looks like they're actually doing things now. Sure, Markstrom is in there and he's been good the entire game pretty much, but everybody's got a new sense of life in them as they go on, and then all of a sudden, 9 minutes later, oh my goodness, Bo Horvat gets another one. At least it looks like it. It's Jake Virtanen coming down the right wing. He throws one towards the net. It takes a bounce and it goes past Jimmy Howard. It actually looks like Bo Horvat gets the goal because he's the one who crashes the net at that spot. But it actually is revealed later on that it's Filip Hronek who gets the puck bouncing off of him and in. He is a young Detroit defenseman who's honestly pretty good too. He's one of the top prospects in the system at the moment, and he deflects a goal in. It's 3-2 Vancouver, 3 quick goals in the span of about 12 minutes. Jake Virtanen with his first on the year, assisted by Levo and Benn. And all of a sudden the Canucks have the lead. It's a Vancouver lead, and it looks like everything that we thought needed to happen in order for a comeback to happen starts happening. And I'm looking at this, I'm taking a look at my midterm review, and I'm like, okay, time to put away the studying for a few minutes. Let's talk about this game. Let's look at the game, watch it, and give all the attention to it. And at that moment, the Vancouver Canucks start pouring it on. It's Tim Schaller this time with his first on the year. This one has actually started in the Canucks zone. It's a nice little rush. There's a cross-crease attempted pass that goes right to the slot, and it looked like it might have been a really good scoring opportunity, but it's actually broken up by Pettersson, who dives, and he blocks the pass with his stick as he's sprawled across in the slot. And after he blocks the pass with his stick, he kind of, while laying down on the ice, shoves it forward. He pulls the stick back over into his body, and eventually Petey has it again. He comes down the left wing, and then he cuts over into the middle a little bit through the neutral zone, sends it over to Schaller, who in turn is on the left wing again. He just comes in with a shot. It's through the 5-hole, and that is a 4-2 lead for Vancouver. Pettersson with his second assist on the night, so a really good performance by him. And then all of a sudden, with 2 minutes to go, it's an empty net opportunity for the Canucks. They don't really go for the empty net because they're shorthanded for a moment, and Tyler Myers, he kind of dumps it into the Detroit zone anyway, but it's not an actual shot on goal. Eventually, though, the power play expires, Schaller comes out of the box and comes back onto the ice. And a few minutes later, it's Bo Horvat, who takes the puck up pretty much at the Canucks blue line, takes a look, and absolutely wrists it all the way down the ice. And it's right in the net. Bo Horvat gets his first career hat trick against the Detroit Red Wings in a night where Pettersson had 2 assists, Hughes had 2 assists, Jordie Benn had 2 assists, JT Miller had 2 assists, Schaller and Virtanen had their first goals of the year, and this all came in the third period. It's a huge third period comeback for the Canucks, and sure, it's against Detroit, but still, this is a different team. If this was the team last year, I would not have expected them to get 5 goals in the third and eventually win a game in a comeback. Now, this year, I wouldn't have expected that either, but I'm not surprised that the team did that because I know of the talent level this team is capable of. But this team has started to really give us reasons as to why they can come back from things. Their third period against New York was terrible, and this was the complete opposite. It's not like they were dominating the entire time, but in the third period, they really took their chances and they capitalized on them, and they did their best through and through. It's a very good performance to see from a team that I know is very capable of doing what they did this night on every night pretty much. Which is why it's so frustrating when we see those New York Rangers games where they dominate the third period and they have no chance of losing pretty much. The Vancouver Canucks have different identities within these games, and this game in particular against Detroit was a great one that showcases the tenacity, the ability to come back, the drive of this team, and the unrelenting unwillingness to give up. So we're all happy with this result. And I'm happy about it too. I'm happy we got the 2 points. I'm happy the guys scored. I'm happy the guys got points. But I need to go back to my midterm, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Social 99, and bye.